The lights are coming on now. Everyone's ready. The green flags are waving. 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Avesta. I think he held his lead. Going down towards turn 1. TRT Foss on the inside. Trying to fight him. Can't do it. On this occasion, he will have to wait a little bit later in the lap. That's a horrific start from PMP Mac. He's already dropped a few positions back now. And that is King Enzo on the inside of Manel, I think. No, Manel's just in front of him, and he's side by side with the Haas there behind. And that good guy Mon also not getting away well, so it's a pretty poor start from both McLarens as we head down the straight for the first time. Avesta leads from TRT Foss. Manel is ahead of Toss My Salad as they all head down through. The two Alfa Tauris are pretty close together, and on the inside, that's the Alfa Romeo trying to get past, and he'll be on the outside for the next corner to get a good run. You want to be behind the car in front on this straight because the slipstream's pretty massive, especially in a few laps time when DRS is enabled if it wasn't raining. Now they're still side by side as we head down the straight. The Alfa Tauri on the right hand side, and I think that's contact between the Alfa Romeo and the wall, and it is, and he's lost his front wing. The Alfa Romeo on the inside of the Williams, and the Williams gets bumped out of the way, and there's a bit of contact between the Alfa Tauri and the Williams, and the Alfa Tauri gets ahead. And that is PMP Mac going a bit wide and losing 1 and 2 and maybe 3 places if that Alfa Tauri can get him, and I don't think he can on this occasion. And he's going to try to the inside, but he doesn't have the overspeed, or does he? Because he's still trying. But no, he just has to stick behind, but he does a great switchback move. But he still can't get him, or can he? Yes, he can, because the McLaren comes into the pits because he must have had some damage on that first lap. And now that good guy Mon is trying to make up positions after that dismal first lap he had. And he is up into 13th place. F1 Fado and Danny are now going at it. F1 Fado on the outside into the braking zone. Danny brakes a bit later and makes the corner. And now, oh, that's a bit of a wiggle from Danny. Can F1 Fado get him? No, he cannot on this occasion. And now he can fight around the outside. He goes on Danny into the hairpin, but that's a tough place to be on the outside. Can he get him on the exit? No, because they make some contact, and that may be front wing damage to F1 Fado's front wing. As now they're side by side through the long left-hand turn. On the inside, that is the Renault trying to get past the Alfa Romeo, but he can't on that occasion. But they head down the straight now. Can he get him down the straight? On the inside, that is the Alfa Tauri. They're so close. You can barely fit a piece of paper in between them. And oh, a big one into the wall for the Norwegian boy after contact with the Renault. And now they're side by side. That good guy Mon's under pressure from behind. Down the inside goes Mr. Joe Jr., but he's outbraked himself. And now the McLaren fights back through the S section, and he gets past. Oh dear, he's lost it. Now he's under pressure from Melvin behind. And it looks like those soft compound tires are not the strategy to go for at this stage in the race, as he's getting eaten up by the intermediate compound runners, and it is not time for slicks, as you can see here. As on the inside, that's a Ferrari, and oh dear, they're both off the track. And that Alfa Tauri pushed him very, very wide, and he's almost spun around, and the Ferrari gets past him. And oh, that's a pretty big send from the Haas as he gets past F1 Fado. F1 Fado might be looking for a move. Around the outside he goes. He sends it down the outside. They're side by side, and oh no! And they're both off and into the wall. And it has not gone well, and they both have big damage to their front wings. And look at this little battle that we have between Leroy and Mr. Joe Jr. on the inside. That's Mr. Joe Jr. in the Alfa Tauri, but the Williams of Leroy gets ahead. And now everyone's coming into the pits. The Norwegian boy, King Enzo, Sheepsugar, and Danny, as well as Melvin, all coming into the pits now. And both the first and second place men are both coming in. Avesta ahead of TRT Foss, and TRT Foss may have a penalty that he needs to serve in the pit lane, and that will hold him up quite a bit and give other people track advantage. Now I wonder how he got that penalty. I don't know. As you can see, that did cost him quite a fair few seconds there, and He's lost out to 2 people as well, as Avesta has a little bit of a gap to TRT Foss now. And oh dear, we got yellow flags in Sector 3. And oh, that's a big crash into the wall. That is the Haas, and also involved is the AlphaTauri and the Williams. That's not the AlphaTauri. That is the Renault. Oh, I think King Enzo, and it is. What a horrendous race he's having so far. And a big one into the wall. And it is a safety car. The green flags are waving. Now he's away. And behind, that is TRT Foss trying to get a move on, and Manel into turn 1. Can he do it? It looks like he's got the inside line into turn 1, and he's got that move. Almost done, but he loses the rear end, and that is not what he would have wanted. But he swoops down the inside, and what a move that was from TRT Foss. And now we see why he got second place last year. What a super move that was from him. As we head down the straight now, the Ferrari's trying to get past the Alfa Romeo, and I think he has. And now also the Haas is down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, and that's a big send by the Haas, and he gets past around the outside into the next corner. The McLaren's now trying move, but there's contact there. And now around the outside goes the Alfa Romeo, and he's into the wall a bit now as they head down the straight. Everyone's on slick tires now as they all pitted quite a few laps ago. Side by side between the McLaren and the AlphaTauri as we head now through the Alfa Romeo, looks like, and that's contact between the Alfa Romeo and the McLaren. And always see more contact, and there's multiple front wings coming off, and that looked like a front end plate of the McLaren as well. And oh dear, there's more contact as we head through the next couple of corners. And down the inside, he cut the corner a little bit, but they're still side by side through the S section, but he has to give way to McLaren. Or can he? Because he's right up the rear. As cars are all over the shop, and down the inside goes the Renault, and he's got past, I think, with Melvin, and into the wall. That is the Ferrari of Sheep, and that is a big crash there, and he's lost his front wing, and he is out of the race, and that could very well be a safety car. Around the outside goes PMP Mac, which switches to the inside for the next corner, and he's got past the Alfa Romeo. Down the straight we go, and now the Renault is on the inside of the AlphaTauri, and they make some contact, wheel-to-wheel racing this is. Down the inside, down the inside goes the Red Bull, but he loses now to the AlphaTauri. And oh, there's more contact, and it is a safety car. And Avesta will lose places, but he will on fresh tires to the end of the Grand Prix. And the safety car's gone, and we are underway. AMC F33 leads us, trying to warm up his tires from Lewis. Then comes July. Oh dear, there's contact and spinning round. That was the Haas, but he's reset to the circuit, and that is illegal, so he may very well get a penalty as they all head through on the inside. That is the Haas as they head down the straight, and there's more contact, and you can see debris everywhere on the track, and this could very well be a red flag because it is a very high puncture hazard as there's more contact, and it is a virtual safety car, so hopefully the marshals can clean up some of that debris. Oh, and look at that. There's still contact, and that is the front wing gone of, I think, Lewis, maybe. No, it's King Enzo. And July also front wing damage, and that is completely gone of Bat Boy. His entire front wing is gone, and he will have to pit as well. And Avesta up to second place, and now he can chase down Lewis. And now TRT Foss loses out to Manel, and that's a very easy pass. Now he's going to go to the inside of Melvin, and there's contact as Melvin locks up, and Melvin is pushed a bit wide. The Alfa Romeo goes a bit wide as well, and he lets Melvin back pass, and that is very respectable, it must be said, as now he can go and get Melvin once again. Side by side they go down the straight into the braking zone. On the inside, that is the and he goes a bit wide, the Ferrari, and he loses 1 and 2 places there, and that is horrific stuff from him, but he's still side by side. Unbelievably, they're side by side in these cars, find a way to go side by side, but he loses out. And that is on the inside that he gets past Melvin, and someone's out, and that is a big crash into the wall. The Renault, and also involved the Alfa Romeo and the I think the Ferrari as well. A Sender also out. Avesta pitting again for soft compound tires. I'm sure Lewis is watching those wing mirrors very closely as Avesta is on new soft compound tires and Lewis is on old mediums. Avesta will want to dispatch this AlphaTauri very quickly. Down the inside he goes into turn 1 and through turn 2, and he is ahead. The Racing Point is going side by side with him, and he gets ahead of the AlphaTauri. And now Avesta can get Lewis now. Lewis on the old medium compound tires. And this is the battle that we've wanted to see all race long. And he can't quite do it on this occasion on the inside. The AlphaTauri is side by side with AMC F33. Now through the long left-hand corner, down the straight we head. As we saw quite a few cars going off here a few laps ago. We may see it again as they're side by side unbelievably down the straight. And this is going to get very interesting as we head into the next hairpin, as Avesta is already there, and there's a front wing gone, and there's a safety car here, and more contact. Oh my goodness, man, it's happened again. And all the drivers trying to get heat into the tires. Oh, he's lost it! Avesta losing it, trying to heat up his tires as we were just talking about. And he's lost it, and he's down to 11th place. Oh my goodness me. That is horrendous stuff from him. And now Lewis is away, and he may get a podium after all. And back there slewing into the wall, that is the Red Bull. It is not Avesta. It is Melvin losing his front wing. I thought it was Avesta. First, and Avesta now runs into the back of the Racing Point, and it's a horrendous start from him as he goes a bit wide. And now TRT Foss on the inside and more contact. And he's gone wide. Oh my goodness me. And he comes back onto the circuit. Oh dear. And he's into the wall. And that's a massive, massive crash for Avesta. And oh dear, horrendous restart from both Red Bulls.
I'm watching the replay again. I spun the most dumb way ever. This game, man. Game. This is so bullshit, man. This is just a bullshit.
Is he?
Man, as you can hear the anger in his voice, he is not very happy with that. He sends one down the inside and he gets past the AlphaTauri. The Alfa Romeo is now fighting the Williams, who gets pushed a bit wide there as they all file their way through, and it's pretty clean at the moment. My oh my, it's almost 3 wide there as they head through the final corner. Odie's slewing into the wall, and that is a big crash. And that good guy Mon is into the barriers, and he has lost his entire front wing. And it just goes from bad to worse. Down the inside he goes on the AlphaTauri, the 2 Alpha teams. And oh no, they're coming together, and he's into the wall. And there's both damage to their front wings. And the AlphaTauri has lost both end plates. And I think also the the other Alfa Romeo is now trying to pick up the pieces and trying to go side by side with the AlphaTauri, which he does. But there's contact there. And now he goes down the inside the Renault on the AlphaTauri, and he gets past him. It's almost 3 wide as the Racing Point gets ahead of both of them. And it's side by side behind. And oh no, and there's a spin, and it's TRT Foss. And TRT Foss, this is a race that he will want to forget in a hurry, as this is a terrible race from him. As they're all over the road, and he goes wide, and there's contact, and he's almost spun around, but he keeps it in a relative straight line. 2 Ferrari-powered cars battling it out down the straight, and he cuts him off, but down the inside goes the Alfa Romeo, and there's contact, and the Racing Point's been put into the barrier, but he keeps going, and there's more contact but for the Alfa Romeo, and he hits the wall as well, and the Racing Point comes off third best as he loses 2 positions in that scrap as they all head through the S section for the final time, coming through the final couple of corners now. And PMP Mac will cross the line first. But I think that AMC F33 will take the victory, and he does because of penalties. AMC F33, who had contact there in the end, and it lost his front wing. He wins from PMP Mac. Then comes Lewis. Good job from Lewis today as they all cross the line now. What a hectic race it was. But it's this man who comes out on top. AMC F33. What a race it was from him. Driver of the day goes to Jonah G. He had a great race as well and made some brilliant overtakes And now onto the podium. There he is. AMC F33 from PMP Mac. Then comes Lewis. What a podium that is. So then the Racing Point of AMC F33 wins from PMP Mac. Then comes Lewis, Jonah G, King Enzo, July. Then comes Manel, poor race from him. Then comes the Williams, then the Mercedes of TRT Foss. Horrific race from the German driver. He will look to come back stronger than ever next race. Then comes Toss My Salad. And then comes Mr. Joe Jr., just missing out on points.